And this is what Embiid had to say about Harden.
I don't know. I think it's been, obviously, I'm sure, since we got him, everybody expected the Houston James Harden, but that's not who he is anymore. He's more of a playmaker. I thought, at times, could have been, as all of us, could have been more aggressive. All of us, whether it's Tyrese or Tobias or, guys coming off the bench. And I'm not just talking about offensively. I'm talking about, as a whole.
Since when is playmaker a euphemism for shadow of your former self?
It's very backhanded.
Now, does that mean he's not a scorer anymore? He's just driving and facilitating for others. And Maxey didn't have a very good night either.
Right?
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
creator.
Well, I'll tell you what the Nets or what the Sixers didn't think they were acquiring from the Nets was a playmaker. Right. In quotes. They want that Harden. They want the Harden to triple-double, the 31-point damn near triple-double. James
that
Harden.
guy just doesn't exist.
That's what they want. Well, he did exist once.
Once.
He can't consistently do it anymore. And that's the question. Because guess what the Philadelphia 76ers have to do?
They got to decide about a lot of money.
An insane amount of money.
Yeah.
Whether if it's just for 1 year.
$47 million next, $47.4 million.
Or he declines player option and they pay him an insane amount of money for this year and he can make a lot more money. I can't imagine he's going to decline a damn thing. Because I don't think the Sixers are going to max him out or something, because he's in line to potentially sign the biggest contract in the history of the NBA. Guess what's not going to be offered to him?
$270 million from the Sixers.
That. Harden did say, though, I'm going to be here next year. The anti-Magic.
Yeah. He made it seem like
I'm going to be here.
I'm going to be here.
I'll be here.
He made it seem like he'd do whatever it took,
right,
money-wise,
he will do whatever it takes for this team to win.
Yeah.
Except we didn't see it. I'll do anything it takes from here on out. How about the last two games? What gives with just shooting twice? What gives with making your only shot? Last shot of the game with 3:31 to go in the first half. Higher register doesn't even cover it.
Like Chris pointed out, he played pretty well in the first half.
This is what 11 points first half. There you go.
3 threes. What good?
He was a playmaker in the first half. Or no, I'm sorry, he's a playmaker in the second half. Because he didn't make any shots.
Yeah.
This is what he had to say.
Why weren't you more aggressive?
Like I just said, we run offense, the ball, just didn't get back to me.
James, you said the ball didn't get to you. Does the coach call plays to try to get the ball to you?
Next question.
Oh, boy, that's a lot on Daryl Morey's plate right now in ownership of the Philadelphia 76ers. Clearly, there's a lot of gear grinding right now. And, of course, right after elimination in the playoffs, the gears grind the loudest and angriest. What do you want? TJ?
What do I want?
Yes. You're the Sixer fan sitting here.
Look, there is just no possible way they can give this guy the full amount of money that he could potentially.
Do you think he'll be very happy about that? You think he'll try his damnedest? You think he won't go honey bunny?
Here's the
deal. You know what I mean? You don't think he's going to try and find somebody else he wants to play with? And
who?
I don't know.
Who's going to pay him $270? Like, what team is going to pay that? Especially based on what we just saw.
So you're going to get Harden back next year with Embiid, hopefully healthy, right?
Because, like Chris said,
what about the coach?
Let's put this in perspective, right? Harden got to the Sixers. There were 24 games left in the season. I'm going to try to put a positive spin on this, even though I'm kind of annoyed by it all. There were 24 games left in the season, so that's 24 times to try to integrate new players and get your team to where it was and get you to the point where you could win a championship.
Yes, sir.
They weren't able to do that. I'm willing to, as a fan, go, all right, let's give this a full season to see what this team can. With Doc and with James, because like Chris says, and you've been wanting that 30-point triple-double Harden. We know that you're going to get him maybe a few times a year. But that the facilitator, the 20-point, the 12-assist guy, that's there. He can do that. And that's what this team needs. We need Maxey to step up next year. Tobias Harris is quiet as kept. He's a pretty, underrated NBA player. I don't know about the rest of the team, though, Rich. There's no depth on this team. No one's giving you anything off the bench.
That's on Daryl Morey, and I trust him to fix it. I think he's one of the smartest guys we've ever had sitting in this chair.
And he's a James Harden fan, so Harden's probably not going to go anywhere.
Correct. And Embiid is all-world incredible.
Yeah.
And I like Maxey. Obviously, we'll see how they can put this team together.
Maxey's only going to get better.
I love Doc. I love him. I know that you're already making that face, Chris, that I think the rest of the league makes, or a lot of fans make.
He got you a chip, Chris.
He did, but he also had 3 Hall of Famers headlining it.
Yeah.
And you could say Rondo.
Rondo.
Okay, on
4.
So here's what I would say. And I'll just say this because Brett Veach of the Kansas City Chiefs is going to join us, the general manager, shortly on this program, and we'll talk about his schedule and so much more. Here's what I will say. James Harden, call Tom Brady. Seriously. We had Tyrann Mathieu on yesterday. Tyrann Mathieu, who was barking at Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and vice versa, talking about that they go way back. And what did he ask Tom about? Tom, tell me, how do I have longevity? How do I get some bounce back? I even know I'm not making similar maneuvers to what I'm used to making. How do I do it? Call somebody, whoever you want to call. Go intermittent fast. Do something. Because I believe he doesn't look the same way because, and I've intimated this for weeks, and I'm not behind the scenes, and I've never met him. I don't know him. I would just say from afar, every waking minute, anything you put in your mouth, anything that you do in your life is all about your personal health and wellness and well-being, and get in the gym and work out and get on a meal plan and stay away from anything that might take you away from being the best physical version of yourself, and give that a whirl for 1 year. 1 year. Would you do that for 1 year? Anybody out there, if it could lead to the largest contract in the history of your endeavor?
Better believe. Brockman tries to get me to go to the gym every day with him. I would be there, Chris.
Would you do that? Anybody out there? Yes. Would you do that for 1 year?
You should do that.
Yes. You should do that, James. 1 year. Give it a whirl and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, then do whatever the hell you want, because you've got an insane amount of money. Live the life the way you want to live. But right now, we're all wondering, can you do it anymore? You like that? I'm proffering to say you do not. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.